Oh, well, hello, hello.
I confronted them as they were robbing a train. Bullets were flying at me from every which way.
Backward.
But I knew I'd have to fight my way forward if I was gonna find this gem.
Ha! Nothing, got nothing. Secret.
Can't hide forever!
Yo.
Now wait a second. Now, how'd they stop this train in the first place?
Okay,
Well, the James boys were experts at this.
we're starting over, I guess. Legend was he could stop a train by staring it down.
They hopped a freight train having heard there was a big payroll in the express safe. So, I hopped the same train.
No secret? Okay.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others.
I fell down the little crack.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others. I was hoping to find my man and put a bullet in his head.
Not going as I planned.
Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed 100 damn bugs before I reached
James
that.
Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
And you took them all on by your lonesome.
Yeah.
I'm finding this all a little hard to swallow, friend.
Well, maybe you need to wash it down with some whiskey.
That was the first time I ever missed one of those. I was doing so good.
Sorry, son of a bitch! You can't hide from me! Send him to hell!
Woo! Been a bit.
Anyway, excuse me, Ben. Where would I find the gentleman's facilities? Suddenly I have an urgent need to drain my one-eyed snake.
Oh.
Well, I've had more than a few drinks, and I've been sitting here for quite a spell.
Right through there. Let me show you.
Is that it? What am I doing? Oh, I just keep going? Go to the bathroom?
I never heard so much malarkey in my life.
You think he's bullshitting us?
Maybe.
You don't think he's Silas Greaves?
I think he's just some old drunk looking for some free liquor.
Really?
I don't know, Jack. I think I believe him. You don't think he met Jesse James?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That story makes no sense at all.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be 2 bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the
But
bar.
you seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Secret.
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr? Of course, I didn't learn that until later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides, over the roof. At some point, some sumbitch saw me and shouted out, "It's a damn Pinkerton!"
It's a damn Pinkerton!
Now, I never worked for that limey cocksucker, but I guess they assumed I was one of his assassins. Those evil bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's house and killed his stepbrother. It was no wonder each and every asshole on that train wanted me dead.
Everybody's always mistaking you for somebody else, aren't they? Why is that, I wonder?
Don't rightly know, Jack. I'm just telling you how I remember it.
I bet you are.
This asshole don't.
Wow, he's getting hit so much. I'm doing a little bad, but sir.
I came across a flat car piled high with logs and had to come up with a creative way to make my way forward.
Show yourself, coward.
I wondered if I was ever going to find the front of that train, or the bastard I was after. Right about then, I was attacked by some asshole on a Gatling gun.
Secret.
Yeah, seems like you run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
Where would you find dynamite?
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
I keep dying. That's what keeps messing with the flow of the story. I can't. Oh my gosh, really? I'm trying.
And I gotta reload again.
He's gotta reload. No. Nope. Nope. Ow. I almost had him. Oh. Got him. Go, go, go. Oh my gosh, really? Man, I'm just doing awful.
You can't fight James, gang.
Why? Why? I'm sucking so bad. Nope. How's it not hitting anybody? Corner, I didn't get a second.
Looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to get in my way.
Did it. Concentration combos? Yes.
And that included Jesse James himself.
What? Really? Nobody here. Good. Have a seat, cowboy.
There sure were a lot of men determined to die that day.
Nothing.
You hear me?
Oh, what's this?
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn train.
Okay, I'm dying so much. Oh my, how?
I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
How am I supposed to fight him?
You had a showdown with Jesse James?
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you.
Feel this is gonna go wrong. Oh, I
Yeah,
missed
I
that
didn't
first
kill
shot.
Jesse James.
Oh.
Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
What about that Jim fella? What happened to him?
I figure he was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle. After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim. I followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. The perfect place to hide out from the authorities. In fact, before I could find them, some Indians who fled the Reds and were hiding out from the military found me first. They probably thought I was a cavalry scout and didn't want me telling the military where they were.
Engines?
Yeah, they could have been Cheyenne, but there was all sorts of renegades roaming the landscape back then.
Man, it's like now hard mode. It's no joke now. It's like further in, you gotta be ready. Ow. Alright, get me. Ah. I got him. I got him. Got him.
Hey, how about another whiskey, Ben? Nothing better to soothe the troubled soul.
Hey, this is that place they were talking about.
Now, where was I? Indians, right. I had more than my share of running, Red Man. Like that time. Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir. You did.
Ah, of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words to me.
Jesus Christ, we're back to that again.
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything you are.
I don't even know where I'm in. Too much going on.
So, did you ever find it? The man you are after.
Let me ask you something, Ben. You ever think about death?
Mr. Greaves, are you all right?
Sawed-off rifle.
Oh, damn.
Let's say, what does he sing? Ooh, I already unlocked that. Okay. Let's do more rifles. I'm really more a rifle person. This golden rifle. I want to try the sawed-off rifle.
Won't you spare me over till another year? What is this that I can't see?
Okay.
With ice cold hands taking hold of me. Well, I am death, none can excel. I'll open the door
Oh, wow.
to heaven or hell. Oh, death, someone would pray.
Oh, boy.
Could you wait to call me another day?
What am I gonna do?
Oh, death.
Oh, my.
Oh, damn. Won't you spare me
Get him.
over till another
I'm gonna ruin this solemn
So
moment.
are you gonna answer the question?
What question is that?
Jim Reed.
I'm done.
Did you ever find it?
I'm done.
Was indeed that
Whoa.
son bitch's surname.
That was good.
That's right, Ben. A despicable character. I remember him laughing like a hyena that cold morning they lynched me and my brothers. He was intent on avoiding my vengeance, but nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing.
Okay. Oh. Frank James. Okay, so I got a sniper on me now. Great. This is gonna be fun. Get to the hilltop and avoid.
I finally did track those outlaws down. They had long rifles with scopes and were well positioned to pick off any poor soul who came anywhere close.
I just gotta keep running. Keep running. Keep moving and running.
I'm guessing Frank James believed I was responsible for the demise of his brother Jesse. I couldn't really disagree with the man, as I thought Jesse was dead as well.
Oh, that's close.
He backed off as I closed in on him, but he was still intent on killing me. And when I closed in on him again, he backed off again, looking for a better angle on me.
Ow. Huh.
Hell, I can't fault Frank for wanting his revenge, as I was there for the same damn reason myself. At this point, I'm guessing you think Silas Greaves is a worse murderer than Jim Reed ever was.
No, sir.
A man who spent half his life killing somebody's brothers, fathers, sons.
I think you were just looking for justice, sir.
Is that what I was looking for, Dwight? Is that what it was?
I
Justice.
don't know. Oh,
Isn't that why you were hunting the James gang?
The James gang.
no.
Right.
Get me.
I finally found Frank holed up in his mountain cabin, and he was determined to have me dead. It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite. On your person.
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared.
Right.
I'm just laying out the facts as I remember them, Jack. That old shack, well, it went tumbling right off that cliff.
With Frank James still in it?
Yes, sir.
But Frank James is still alive, living in Missouri, showing folks around the family farm for 25 cents a tour.
I didn't say he died in the fall, now did I?
Just nice.
I'm done with this damnable outlaw life. Kill me, don't kill me, do what you will. At this point, I just don't give a shit.
I explained to Frank that I had nothing against him personally and that I was looking for someone else.
You want Reed? Have at him. I never did like that bastard. I am done here.
We parted in peace as Frank pointed out the path to my prey before making his way back down the hill.
Yeah, what? I wonder what the end's gonna be like. Ooh, yes. Golden rifle. Ooh, boy. Alright,
So what happened with Reed?
Well, I finally found the last of the gang hiding in a nearby cave. First, I had to dispatch the lookouts. But I was determined not to let that murderer escape my revenge again.
right.
But rather than wander in willy-nilly, I decided it would be better to smoke that sumbitch out. Hey, Reed!
Really?
I shouted. No wonder you're so ornery. Can't be easy being married to Belle Starr. While you're off providing for the family, she's spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Cole Younger. Not an attractive woman exactly, but very friendly. At least she was to me.
Son of a bitch!
It was then that the last bunch of bandits jumped out of hiding.
Why won't this asshole give up? Would someone please kill him?
Eventually, it was just me and Reed.
Oh, I'm not ready for this.
I had waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers.
Yep. He's gonna be fast. I'm gonna try and be faster. Oh no, I messed it all up. I messed up my speed. I messed up my speed already. I messed up my speed. Oh, got me.
And repay
dang it.
him I did.
Ooh, that was a close one. I almost didn't get that right first try. Yeah, all honorably killed. I'm doing good. I'm not doing it early. What if there's different endings to doing that, like dishonorable or honorable?
Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
Well, it's too damn bad you never found that Bob character. Seems a shame you never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him.
Back to episode 7, The Wild Bunch.
6 months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, what we got going on?
40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers. Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now.
Yeah. Oh!
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant, that son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years.
Ow!
By now, he had to be close to 70.
For all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind, as did others.
Yep, fine. Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid.
For instance, Did my thirst for vengeance turn me into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had. Nothing could stop me from taking his life. I've been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly it was 1910. There I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades.
I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, this way, but first, skill time. What it's gonna do? This one of those is better. Yep.
Town was falling apart, just like me. But I wasn't about to call it quits.
Trying to pay attention to just too many areas. What?
Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Graves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was onto them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
Put that geezer in the ground!
Man, I cannot get it. Shut up. Ow.
How many of us is he gonna kill?
Ow. This is my cover.
Obviously prevailed since you're sitting here telling me.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack.
Go, go. What is happening?
Because when I woke up,
From the dead?
there was silence all around me. I could swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy the Kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop.
What?
Here and there. Even over there.
What?
So I am right. You are titched in the head.
Mr. Graves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer. Patrick Floyd Garrett. He came at me guns a-blazing. But I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition. I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at me.
got killed by a ghost.
In the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him. Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun. But no ghost army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a fallen branch. He spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead.
What am I supposed to do?
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead.
Ow! Really?
George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond.
Oh my
Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed, each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy.
Thought.
Oh my god, there's just so many. Why they just keep coming? They keep coming. I can't take them all every corner.
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead.
Great. Come on. Yeah, man.
George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond.
Man, guns start doing it. Oh.
Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed, each one deader than the next.
Where? Oh my gosh, so many of these guys. No more. No more.
Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longbottom,
What?
The Sundance Kid?
like a general leading his Legion of the Dead.
You told us before that you'd seen him alive.
He was alive.
Ow, no, no. Nope, nope. Die. Oh my gosh.
Then I heard a voice call to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy,
Really?
coming at me from out of the fog.
Nah.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
Some more. Look good. Oh boy. Oh, it's
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Oh boy.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
I'm gonna be bad. I'm gonna suck at this.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
I asked them about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You frittered it all away, Butch. Etta's mine. So is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question, but those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I can't do double. Let's stand off, switch, focus your enemy who's looking at you. He's looking at me. Ah! I'm gonna oh. Quit looking at me. My hand. Oh no, my hand. Don't panic. Oh my! He's fast. I didn't even blink and I was already down. Oh my! This is gonna be rough. No, I'm gonna focus in. Focus in. Come on. Come on, you wanna go for it? You wanna go for it? Come on. Come on. Keep looking at me, huh? You, I know you're gonna pull first. My speed is bad. No. I have a feeling you're gonna... Ah! He's so fast! He's so fast, I can't even dodge the bullet. Come on. I got it. I got it. I got it. You're not getting me. Not today. Not today. It's always him first, I think. It's gonna be you first, I know. My speed's going down. What the hell? My speed's always going down. Great. Great, I'm panicking. Damn it! Okay, come on. What is this? What is this? I'm so not ready. Nobody's looking at me. It's you that keeps looking at me. It's you that keeps looking at me. I know it's you. I don't trust you. It's you. It's always you.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
I did it.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob? There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Oh. Redemption or revenge? I think he's earned his chance Choose your destiny. We'll do redemption. We'll let you live. I'm a nice guy.
Why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Wanted to suss you out, Bob. See what kind of man you turned out to be. Maybe prod you into drawing on me. See, all those years on your trail turned me into a killer. Can't even remember who I was before you tried to murder me. You, on the other hand, walked that very same path in exactly the opposite direction.
What do you mean by that?
You think your life is worth sparing, Bob? Boy, what's your name again?
It's Eisenhower, sir. Dwight Eisenhower.
What do you plan to do with your life, Dwight Eisenhower?
Tomorrow I'll be leaving for West Point, sir.
So, you want to be a soldier? Well, then do it right, son. Don't tear down the world out of anger and spite like I did. You build it up. You do something decent with your life, you hear me?
Sir? Yes, sir.
I won't have it said I left you with nothing, Bob.
That was amazing. Oh, that was so good.
Oh, Dale. Oh, Dale. Won't you spare me over time?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna skip that, but New Game Plus, so I can start with all that, but that was awesome. I love that. I hope you all enjoyed this game. This was like a really cool oldie Western shooter with a great story. I love the story. And there was an ending I could choose, which is cool. But now I get to move on to some other fun stuff, but I hope you all enjoyed this, and to whatever I do next, y'all have a good one.